Welcome back to our online class. Today I'm going to teach you chapter 1 of class 9th in social science. Today we will discuss first chapter, what is democracy, why democracy. In social science it is the part of political science book. As we had already discussed about the definition and the main key features of democracy, in this part we will discuss other main characteristics, merits, demerits of democratic government. So first of all, here is the recapitulation of the meaning of the term democracy. The term democracy has come from the Greek language, which means rule by the people. In simple words, when we use this term democracy, we simply say that a country is ruled or governed by the people. Means in that country there is no dictatorship, no monarchy. Coming to our next slide, here is the best definition of democracy by Abraham Lincoln, former President of United States of America. Here is the statement and the definition that government of the people, by the people, for the people, shall not perish from the earth. Means he said that it is the government of the people, for the people and by the people. It should remain on the earth's surface for time long. As he said, US President Abraham Lincoln, he defined his tenure was from this period 1809 to 1865. Government of the people, by the people and for the people. You have to understand this definition very, very clearly, because this term democracy will come in all the chapters of class 9th as well as in class 10th. As we are living in a democratic nation, India is considered as the largest democratic nation in the world. Hence, we have to understand that in our country also government is of the people, for the people and by the people. Means we elect our representatives. In previous part 1 online class, we had discussed these key features of democracy. I am only recapitulating these points. That leaders are elected by the people. This is the first feature, salient feature of the democracy. That in democracy, leaders, those who are ruling the nation, they are elected by the people. They are not having hereditary posts. Second is major decisions are taken by the elected leaders of the country. You might have seen that when we take an example of our country, India, because India is considered as a democratic nation, all the major decisions are taken by legislative assemblies, Indian parliament, or elected leaders, cabinet ministers, group of leaders. They take all the major decisions. Here decisions are not taken by an individual or by one or two people. Third is free and fair electoral competition. In our country, we have an independent election commission and elections are held regularly after a particular timing. There is no pressure on a voter in our country. Here elections are held freely. Next one is one person, one vote, one value. Here it refers that the value of each and every individual's vote is one. It is not like some other nations where the value of vote is not given equivalent right, as we had discussed in our previous part of this chapter, that in some countries this value is not given equal. We discussed about the Fiji. The electoral system is in such a way that vote of indigenous Fiji that has more value than the Indian Fiji. That's why in a democratic nation we can say that one person's one vote and one value only. Then rule of law means in our country everything is as per the constitution or as per the laws, and we respect our rights, fundamental rights and duties which are given to the people. We respect them. Now coming to arguments against the democracy, because few people believe that this democratic government is not better government. They are giving their arguments in favor of this in favor of dictatorship government, and they believe that dictatorship government is much better than democracy. So they have given some of the points. First, they say that unstable government, that democratic governments are unstable, as they are saying that in democracy most of the leaders they keep changing after 5 years, after 6 years in Rajya Sabha, means leaders keep changing. Political parties also keep changing. Now it is one party which is ruling, again after passage of time another party come. So it is considered as a unstable government. Government is not stable because leaders they understand the situation of the nation in a few short span of period. They take timing to understand the country's democratic government, but they are changed in the next elections. So it is considered as unstable government, hence they are not in favor of democracy. Second argument of these people is that political competition and power play, that a democracy is only a political competition, that few parties they are having competition between each other, and it is a power play, means those who are powerful people, those who are having enough money, only they show their power and they win the election. Poor people they can't win the election, they do not get majority of votes in their favor. It is only a political competition. The parties which are existing from so many years, only they are winning the elections. There is no scope of morality in democracy. It is all based on political competition. If required, political leaders, party members, they change their parties too. Third argument against the democracy, that delay in decisions, that in democratic government most of the decisions are delayed, and it is said that justice delayed, justice denied. Meanwhile, decisions are coming too late, sometimes in courts, from lower court to higher courts, means session courts, then district courts, then commissioner court, high court, supreme court, first bench, second bench, means it takes timing, and sometimes it takes 20 to 30 years too. So in democracy they are saying that this is the another demerit, that most of the decisions are delayed. Fourth point, that bad or wrong decisions, that leaders some of them, they don't know the interest of the people, that what people want. It leads to bad decisions, leads to the decision in the favor of only few people, which is also one of the argument against the democracy. That's why people do not favor democratic governments. Another argument against the democracy is corruption. Some people, they believe that most of the democratic nations are having too much corruption. Whether it is from the leader's side, from people's side, means corruption is too much, because people, they do not have fear of the government. They take the advantage of this democracy and public opinion, because they know very well that decisions will come too late. Till that time they can enjoy that power. Even some of them take the money and move to another nations and enjoy their money in those countries. Hence, we have seen that these are some of the arguments against the democracy, but still people believe in worldwide. If we see that most of the countries, they believe that this democratic government is the best form of the government. They have given some of their arguments in favor, means they support the democratic government. They believe that this government is considered as the best government, as we have seen that most of the countries are having this government nowadays. Reason is accountable government. The first point, accountable, that there is an accountability of each and everything in the nation. A democratic government is better government. It is more accountable form of the government to the people. Means this government is very, very accountable government. Second is decision making government, that in democratic government, it improves the quality of the decisions and takes the consent of the majority of the people. Meanwhile, in this government, democratic government, most of the decisions are taken by the majority people, whether it is in any of the parliament or in any of the state legislative assembly. Third, democracy provides a method to deal with the differences and conflicts among the people. Here it refers that in democratic government, all people, whether they are belonging to different religions, different castes, different creed, they can live together. Their conflicts are solved by the government. Equal powers, equal opportunities are given to them. It provides a peaceful solution to all the problems. Next is democracy enhances the dignity of the citizens. It gives self-respect to the people. Here it refers that it gives us respect, dignity to live in our society without any discrimination. All the people of the country, they are given equal rights. They are given self-respect. No one can harm their dignity. All the leaders or common men, they are having equal status in the country. That's why it is considered that in democracy only self-respect and dignity is given to the people. So, in simple words, we may say when we conclude this democracy after reading arguments against the democracy, arguments in favor of democracy, we may say that this democratic government is the best form of the government in the world, because here we are getting an accountable, responsible, and answerable government where we have some opportunities, some rights which are given by the government. So it is considered as the best form of the government. Next point related to the argument in favor of democracy is that democracy is better than other forms of the government, as it allows us to correct our own mistakes. It is possible only in a democratic nation. In other countries, it is not possible to correct the mistakes. If a person is in a dictatorship nation and he or she has committed any crime, then direct punishment will be given to him as per his crime, and he will not be given second chance to change his lifestyle or change his mistakes, correct his mistakes. But here, if somebody has done minor mistakes, it is not severe crime. In that case, after a short span of time or after a small punishment, that person can correct himself. Here, chances are given to the people that they can correct themselves. This is possible only in our country, in a democratic nation like India. That's why most of the people, those who are in favor of democracy, they have given these arguments, and they don't think that dictatorship government is better than the democratic government. Although, as per some data is collected from different countries, in dictatorship government, dictatorship means where a country is ruled by an individual or military rulers or a group of people. There may be fast development for a short span of period, but in this type of government there is sustainable resource development. Sustainable development is there where interests of the people, demands of the people are kept in mind, where government leaders, they believe that they must work for the welfare of the people. As I have discussed earlier, that leaders are responsible, they are answerable, they are accountable to the people. In this type of government only accommodation is possible, unity in diversity is possible, where all people can live together. As we had discussed in previous part also, that in some countries like Pakistan and China, they are not giving opportunity to all the political parties, all the people, they do not have right to speak against the governments. But here, opposition parties or the leaders of the opposition parties, they play an important role. Even people can raise their demands for their rights to the government in different forms. Means they can send their opinion. This is the only government where opinion is taken from the people. You might have seen in newspapers that sometimes it is asked that public opinion is required in this issue. So, you must understand that democratic government is the best form of the government in the world. I hope you understood this chapter. Kindly note down all the main points of this chapter in your notebook and maintain a record. Thank you very much.